Welcome back to the DonoWalled podcast. This is our Halloween special episode. Everything looks a little bit spooky. We have, a few people with us here today. So today we're gonna do things a little bit different.
It's a live audience.
Yeah.
No, dead audience.
They're dead.
Well.
Just like me.
Oh, okay. So in today's episode, all three of us are gonna be telling scary stories.
Hello, guys.
Remember scared?
We're gonna be telling scary stories for the spirit of Halloween. But before that, we're gonna try to guess each other's costumes. Are we guessing his first?
Yeah.
Okay. Undead Frank Sinatra.
Gay magician.
You got it right?
No.
Oh.
I don't know, like the comedy mask guy. I saw him like something where like the comedy mask guy was there and he had like a fedora hat. He was wearing black. It's cool, I guess. So kind of to be like that. It's
Okay.
definitely not a comedy mask though. Or no, not the other one. Like a mask, but like, the mustache and...
V for Vendetta.
Sure. I have no idea.
The anonymous hacker mask. Yo, why are you breathing like that?
It's hard to breathe in this shit. It's against my nose is squished.
What?
My nose is squished against his bullshit ass, fuck ass. Am I supposed to?
I'm not supposed to.
No, it's hard to talk.
Just talk better. I don't know what to say. So yeah, it's just supposed to be random shit.
Listen, I had something else planned, but we bought these like on the 16th of October, which is too close to Halloween to get good stuff.
We?
Who's we?
Your guys' bag is right there. I know you also just
It's
bought
a
this
reusable
stuff.
bag.
Yeah.
We're reusing it. Save the planet.
We got the decorations from Dora.
I don't believe you.
I had this
No free sponsorships.
2 weeks.
Yeah, so what are you supposed to be? I think he's supposed to be like.
What are you supposed to be? Is a better question.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you?
You want to guess?
I think I don't even want to take this seriously.
Oh,
You guys just said fuck it and let's do it.
Hey, I put some thought into this. It's at least coherent to an extent.
I guess.
You want to guess?
I want to see
No.
words, but I don't think I can.
No, it's not that one.
Homeless?
No, I'm supposed to be a reformed Dexter. I feel like this is what he would wear for Halloween if he was to go trick or treating with his son.
The kind of tracks. He's sad.
Can I guess me?
Huh?
Now Now guess what I am.
Sad.
Yeah.
Impressed?
Yeah.
Like number 15,000 on the Twitch leaderboard.
Just a little derp as well.
What's wrong,
Wait, is your
guys?
mouth open? No.
Stop fingering the space.
yo.
They just get fingered?
Relax.
What the fuck?
So some of us didn't take the storytelling part too seriously. So as like an enticing thing, we have a reward for the one that didn't take it seriously.
Uh-huh.
So because he like clutched up last minute, we got you.
Is this part of a collectible set?
Oh, probably. You smash open the egg and you get a dinosaur.
Cool.
Oh, it just fucking puts
You
it
want
in
me to
there.
open
and
it now?
no.
Oh, that's
Okay, what I want you to do is start us off with the first spooky story. Yep.
Made it. Okay, so yeah, I'll start us off with the first spooky story. It's
You're
a
gonna
very serious
finish.
story. Huh?
You're gonna finish. It's gonna be his turn,
He's
and
gonna
he
be
is
dead.
asphyxiated to death. He's just fucking.
It's so hard to breathe.
Just get good, bro. It's not that.
Just breathe air.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult.
Holy fuck. What did the first part? Alright, go.
Oh, okay, got it. Right, okay, so the first story, right?
Oh, wait, I forgot. 1 second. I should probably put my mask back on.
There you go.
Come on, play with you go.
No, not like that.
Did you just. He just lays down and is like.
So I have here.
Maybe take the tags off.
You couldn't see it, so he slams it into your eyes.
Oh, we're gonna redo that bit. Kishore, edit this part out. Fucking
Is that a blood pack or something?
no.
Or something.
Or something, yeah.
Okay, we'll start with the Sami's
Right.
story first.
Okay. So this story is a true story, by the way. Okay. So we're following a young man, and he just graduated high school, and it's the summer before he starts university. He's enjoying his summer, excited for university. But one day, when he wakes up in his living room on the floor, and all the lights in the house are off. There's no one around. There's no sound, and it's eerie, like super eerie. He calls out, but no one responds. And eventually, he tries to make his way back to his room. But when he gets there, everything in his room is gone except for one desk and his laptop. And his laptop is open. And there's one single notification. He opens it, and it's a Jaws application.
Is that your story?
He dies.
Is that your story?
Yeah. Pretty good, right?
It's pretty something.
Yeah, I know. All the younger kids, and even some of the older ones, shitting their pants right now.
So, remember how you said the entire story
Need
is spooky,
scissors.
except for the ending?
Yeah.
I think you flipped it around.
Oh, right. My bad.
You got us?
No, you're next.
Okay. If I can find my hole.
Your hole?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I'm just gonna do it in order. Yeah. How I have it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This story is called The Man at the Rest Stop. This happened about 12 years ago when I was 21 and driving home from college for the holidays. It was a 6-hour trip from Ottawa down to London, Ontario. Long, straight, mostly empty roads through the winter dark. I left late, around 10 p.m., figuring I'd rather drive through the night than deal with morning traffic. About halfway through, I stopped at one of those 24-hour rest stations, the kind with a couple vending machines, dim lights, and a bathroom that looks like it hasn't been cleaned since the 80s. There was one other car in the lot, an old beige sedan parked off to the side. Inside, I bought a coffee from the vending machine and was about to head back out when I heard a man's voice behind me. "Cold night for a drive, huh?" I turned around and saw this guy, mid-40s, heavy jacket, gray beard, calm eyes. He smiled, holding a thermos. I smiled back, said something like, "Yeah, long drive home." He asked where I was headed. I hesitated, but he had this easygoing dad energy, not pushy, just friendly. So I said, "London." He laughed. "No kidding. I'm heading that way too, visiting my sister for Christmas." We ended up talking for maybe 10 minutes. He told me about working construction, the long hours, how he loved the quiet of the highway at night. He had this way of talking that made you feel like you'd known him for years, the kind of person who seemed genuinely kind. When I got up to leave, he said, "Hey, drive safe, okay? The stretch past Woodstock gets icy around this time." And that was it. I thanked him, got back in my car, and didn't think much of it. About 20 minutes later, I noticed headlights in my rearview mirror. Same beige sedan. At first, I figured it was a coincidence. Same route, after all. But every turn I made, he stayed behind me. Even when I pulled into another gas station to use the washroom, he pulled in too. Parked a few spots over, but didn't get out. I remember my stomach dropping when I realized his lights were still on, pointing directly at me. I sat in my car, pretending to check my phone, until he finally drove off. I told myself I was being paranoid, that he was just another traveler, but I couldn't shake it. I never saw the car again after that night. Fast forward about 5 years. I was living in Toronto, scrolling through Facebook, when a news article caught my eye. The headline read, "Remains identified in cold case linked to long-haul truck driver." I clicked it. The man's photo popped up, older, grayer, but I knew that face instantly. Same calm eyes, same beard. His name was Gordon Weller, and he'd been arrested 2 years earlier for multiple murders across Ontario and Michigan. They said he'd pick up hitchhikers, stranded motorists, sometimes just people traveling alone at night. He'd talk to them, make them feel safe, then follow them. Most of the victims were last seen at rest stops. I remember sitting there for a long time, trying to convince myself it wasn't him, that I'd misremembered his face. But there was one detail the article mentioned that made my blood run cold. A quote from the detectives. He was known for approaching people with a thermos of coffee, offering to share some to help them stay awake on long drives. I never took that coffee, but sometimes when I think about that night, I remember how he smiled when I said goodbye, like he already knew he'd see me again.
Nice.
Don't look at me like that.
Like what?
Look at me. Can I look at you like that?
Yeah, but it doesn't have the same effect.
Yeah.
That was a good start.
Start? No, that was the second one.
That was a good story, I said.
Oh, story, okay. Might as well be like a good start.
I get it.
Did the glasses kind of ruin the episode?
No, I think they add to
He didn't
it.
get it, yeah.
Huh?
No, I think the glasses definitely add to it. Now you just look like you're in a makeup commercial.
Oh.
And now you genuinely look.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I can't see without.
No, okay.
This one is called "My Dead Girlfriend Keeps Messaging Me on Facebook. I've got the screenshots. I don't know what to do." I got this off Reddit, off of the subreddit called No Sleep. This was made 11 years ago, and it's by Nate SW.
He used MLA format for that.
Tonight's kind of a catalyst for this post. I just received another message, and it's worse than any of the others. My girlfriend died on the 7th of August 2012. She was involved in a 3 collision car crash driving home from work when someone ran a red light. She passed away within minutes on the scene. We had been dating for 5 years at that point. She wasn't big on the idea of marriage. It felt erratic, she said. Gave her a weird vibe. But if she had been, I would have married her within 3 months of our relationship. She was vibrant, the kind of girl that would choose dare every time. She was happiest when camping, but a total technophile too. She always smelled like cinnamon. That being said, she wasn't perfect. She always said something along the lines of, if I cark it first, don't just say good things about me. I've never liked that. If you don't pay me out, you're doing me a disservice. I've got so many flaws, and that's just part of me. So this is for M. The music she said she liked and the music she actually liked were very different. Her ideas of affection was a side hug. She had really long toes like a chimpanzee. On to the meat. M had been dead for approaching 13 months when she first messaged me. September 4, 2013. This is when it began. I had left Emily's Facebook account activated so I could send her the occasional message, post on her wall, go through her albums. It felt too final and too un-Emily to memorialize her. I share access with her mother, Susan, meaning her mother has her login and password, and I spent a total of approximately 3 minutes on the website, or on a computer total. After a little confusion, I assumed it was her. November 16th, 2013. I had received confirmation from Susan that she hadn't logged into M's Facebook since the week of her death. M knew a lot of people, so I instantly assumed this was one of her more tech-savvy friends fucking with me in the worst possible way. I noticed pretty much immediately that whoever was chatting with me was recycling old messages from N and my's shared chat history. The wheels on the bus comment was from when we were discussing songs to play on a road trip that never eventuated. Hello happened a million times. Around February 2014, Emily started tagging herself in my photos. I would get notifications for them, but the tag would generally always be removed by the time I got to it. The first time I actually caught one, it felt like someone had punched me in the gut. She would tag herself in spaces where it was plausible for her to be, or where she would usually hang out. I've got screenshots of 2 from April and June. These are the only ones I've caught, so they're a little out of timeline. I'm trying to write out. Oh, there's actually. I will show you guys the picture.
Oh.
So I'm assuming that white box is where she tagged. And this is another one where I'll probably give these. Around this period of time, I stopped being able to sleep. I was too angry to sleep. She would tag herself in random photos every couple of weeks. The friends who noticed and said something thought it was fucked up bug. I found out recently that there have been friends who have noticed and didn't say anything. Some of them have removed me from their Facebook friends list. At this point, some of you may be wondering why I didn't just kill my Facebook profile. I wish I had. I did for a little while. On days when I can't get out there, though, it's nice having my friends available to chat. It's nice visiting M's page when the little green circle isn't next to her name. I was already socially reclusive when M was alive. Her death turned me into something pretty close to a hermit, and Facebook and MMOs are my only real social outlets. On March 15th, I sent what I assumed was M's hacker a message. On March 25th, I received an answer. It wasn't until I was going over these logs a few months later that I noticed she was recycling my own words as well. My response seems kind of lackluster here. I was intentionally providing her/him with emotional bait to keep them interested in their game. I was working off the assumption that the kind of person to do this would be the kind of person that would thrive on the distress of others. I was posting in tech forums looking for ways to track them. This person contacted Facebook. I needed to keep them around so I could gather evidence. Before anyone asks, yes, I changed the password and security info countless times. 16th of April, I received this. This seems like word salad, like all of her conversations so far. It's recycled from previous messages she sent. 29th of April, I hadn't discovered any leads. Facebook had told me the locations her page had been accessed from, but since her death, they're all places I can count for. My home, work, mom's house, etc. My response here wasn't bait. Yo, ask Nathan was an in-joke too lame worth explaining. But seeing her say it again absolutely fucking crippled me. My reaction in real life was much less prettier. I'm not expecting my bond back. Her last few messages had started to scare me, but I wouldn't admit it at this point. 8th of May. I haven't really had the words for this. FREEZINGS is the first original word she's made. This has given me nightmares that have only started to kick in recently. I kept dreaming that she's in an ice-cold car, frozen blue and gray, and I'm standing outside in the warmth screaming at her to open the door. 24th of May. I wasn't actually drunk. She wasn't an affectionate girl, and it's always embarrassed her to exchange I love yous, cuddles, talk about how much we meant to each other. She was more comfortable with it when I was boozed up. I got fake drunk a lot. Her replies were what prompted me to finally memorize her page, thinking it might help curb this behavior. It might seem innocuous compared to her previous messages. It's pasted from her old conversation when I was trying to convince her to let me drive her home from friends. Going back in time, 7th of August 2012. These are the logs from the day she died. She was usually home from work by 4:30. This, alongside a couple of voicemail messages, is the last time I talked to her, under the assumption that she was alive. You'll see why I'm showing you these soon. Yesterday, 1st of July 2014. I memorialized her page a couple of days after I received the message about walking. Until today, she'd been quiet. She wasn't even tagging herself in my photos. I don't know what to do anymore. Do I kill her memorial page? What if it is her? I want to puke. I don't know what's happening. I just heard a Facebook alert. I'm too afraid to swap windows and check it. That's it.
It's a little fucked up.
My sugar daddy asked me for weird favors. Reddit. This was on Reddit by subreddit No Sleeps. It was posted 6 years ago, and it's by TBP. His Tinder profile said he was 45, but he looked to be in his early 30s at most. Looking for a sugar baby, $700 weekly, no sex. It sounded too good to be true, but as a broke university student, I was willing to take my chances. I swiped right, and Tinder let me know it was a match. His message came seconds later. Hey there, sweetheart. I cringed at that word. I hated it. But $700 was $700, so I sucked it up and replied, Hey! His name was Jack, and he told me he owned his own business, although he never specified what kind of business it was. We talked for a while before he asked me for my Venmo to send me the first payment. After a few minutes, I got the notification. I stayed at the $700 for at least 20 minutes, expecting to wake up from a dream at any second, but it wasn't a dream. You still there? I clicked on the message. Yeah, sorry, but if you don't mind me asking, what are you looking for in return? I stared at the chat until he replied. I'm just looking for you to do favors for me. That sounded like it was going to be sexual to me. Like what? For example, the first thing I need you to do is pick up a delivery for me. That sounded innocent enough, but I was still expecting there to be some kind of twist. $700 to pick up a package? Come on, even I wasn't that naive. From the post office or something? No. I'll send you the address, but I'd rather not do this through Tinder. You got K-I-K, or you can give me your number. K-I-K? What was this, 2011? I decided to give him my number instead, and he texted me the address immediately, followed by the address to his house, where I would have to drop off the package. I'm at home right now, but there's a key on the bottom of the blue flower pot near the door. Go inside and put the package on the coffee table in the living room. Make sure that you lock the door when you go inside the house, and then lock it again when you leave. I grabbed my car keys and wallet and got into my car, putting the address into Google Maps. Got it, on my way. My phone buzzed as I backed out of my driveway. I'm serious. Lock the door both times, please. I thought that was a little excessive, but I promised him that I would. The house looked abandoned. It had a broken chain link fence around it, with a small door that was hanging on to dear life. It stuck out like a sore thumb, surrounded by houses that were a lot nicer than this one in comparison. You here for jack shit? I looked up to see a man standing in the open doorway of the house. He took up almost the entire space, his head skimming the top of the doorframe. He was huge in height and muscles, and his entire torso was covered in tattoos. Oh, yeah, I guess, I replied, not moving from my spot on the sidewalk. Stay right there, he said. I did. I actually didn't think I would have moved if he had... I actually don't think I would have moved if he had asked me to. I looked around and realized there was no one else on the street. I was a 21-year-old woman alone in the street. I gripped my car keys. A few minutes later, the man came back and carrying a cardboard box. It was about the size of a shoebox, but stained and damp on some of the corners. Can you open your car? He asked. I opened the trunk, not wanting that inside of my car seats, and he set it in. All right, there you go, he said. Thanks, I replied. I walked around to the driver's side of the car and opened the door. Oh, and one more thing, he said. I looked at him. Watch out, he said. I didn't reply. I blasted my music as I drove to Jack's house, hoping it would drown out my anxiety. It didn't. I parked my car in the stone driveway and stayed inside the car, admiring the house. It was a huge house with stone pillars on the front porch, and the greenest grass I'd ever seen in my life. I turned the car off and got out. I grabbed the package and walked out to the front door, getting the key from where he said it would be. I opened the door and stepped in, closing it behind me. I thought about what he had said, about locking the door when I got inside. I thought that was a little overboard, but as I stared at the closed door, something made me reach out and lock it. I walked inside, my feet cushioned by the thick maroon carpet, and I admired the inside of the house. All the furniture was wooden and looked incredibly expensive. I would probably finish school a dozen times with the money that it took to furnish this place. I set the package down on the coffee table, and as I walked back to the door, I heard a phone ringing from somewhere inside the house. I froze. In my pocket, the phone buzzed. I took it out to look. Don't answer any calls that aren't from Marvin. I put my phone back and followed the sound of the phone, poking my head into a few different rooms before I found it in an office. I walked over to the desk and looked at the caller ID. Incoming call from Jack. That was odd. I grabbed my phone to look at the messages again. I was starting to get a little creeped out and decided I wouldn't answer, just to be safe, and left the house, remembering to lock the door as I left. I've done a few more favors for Jack since then. I drove a BMW to a random park in another city, only to get out and drive a different car back to Jack's house. He had me meet with one of his employees at lunch, who then gave me a briefcase delivered to the first house I had gone, and told me that he would know if I looked inside. On several occasions, he asked me to drive down to the same house and stay with the guy, whose name was Julio, for a certain amount of time. In total, I made around $3,500. Most recently, Jack asked me to stay in his house overnight. I woke up to a text message from him. I need you to spend the night at my house. I haven't ever seen him in person, but I talked to him on the phone a few times. He proceeded to tell me that he would pay me $1,000 to spend the night at his house, provided that I followed a few rules. I drove to his house that evening. The driveway was empty as it normally was, but the porch light was on. I walked up, unlocked the door, went inside, and then locked it again. Everything in the house looked the same. Jack had told me over the phone that he would leave the list of rules on the dining room table. I set all my stuff down in the living room. My bag looked like garbage compared to the fancy furniture in there. I wandered into the kitchen and then to the dining room. Sure enough, there was a piece of paper on the wooden table, held down by an empty glass. Lock the door when you come in. Only answer calls from Marvin. Don't turn on any faucets between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. Don't open the doors for anyone, no matter who they say they are, after 10 p.m. If the door to the closet at the end of the hall is open, sleep in the library. If closed, sleep in any of the bedrooms. The gardener comes at midnight. If he starts knocking on the windows, hide. Turn the TV on and let it play at static through the night. Do not forget to do this. Help yourself to anything in the fridge. I'll pay you in the morning. Good night. I made sure to follow all the rules. To be honest, I was regretting my decision, but seeing as I was already here and I was getting paid, I decided to stay anyways. I figured as long as I followed all the rules, I'd be perfectly fine. Still, it felt a little odd. What was this, a haunted house? Nevertheless, I lounged around the house for a few hours, as I was planning on going to sleep around 9, since that's the time that all the weird shit would begin to happen. At 8:50, I brushed my teeth, using the faucet for the last time before 9. I checked the closet in the hallway, and upon seeing that it was open, I moved my stuff into the library and got ready to sleep on the couch. I locked the doors just in case and laid on the couch, scrolling through my phone. I hadn't gotten any more messages from Jack, and I started to think up scenarios and reasons as to why he had such strict, peculiar set of rules in this house. I had dozed off at some point, but exactly at 10:16 p.m. I was woken up by the doorbell ringing. I was about to get up to check, but then I remembered the rule. Don't open the door for anyone, no matter who they say they are, after 10 p.m. I stayed on the couch, trying not to move, paranoid that they would hear even the slightest sound. It's the police. Open up. I didn't move. Hello? It's the police. Open up or we're coming in. I still didn't move, but I could hear my heartbeat in my ears. There was silence for a while after that. Then the doorbell rang again. Hey, it's Jack. Let me in. It sounded like Jack, but still, I didn't get up. He would have a key, wouldn't he? Why would he need me to let him in? This continued for almost a full hour. Different people would ring the doorbell, announce themselves, and then disappear when I didn't respond. I was finally able to fall asleep, and the gardener never came. When I woke up the next morning, I had someone in the kitchen. I got up slowly and unlocked the door as quietly as possible, taking my phone with me and walking across the living room into the kitchen. I stopped at the entrance and peered in. It was Jack. He was standing in front of the stove, stirring something as the coffee machines brewed coffee on the counter behind him. "Hey, good morning," he said when he saw me. "Hi," I replied, nervous. I hadn't seen him in pictures before, but he looked exactly like his pictures online. "Scrambled eggs?" he asked, motioning to the pan with a wooden spoon. "Yeah, thanks," I replied, walking over to take the plate from him. I ate my breakfast and drank some coffee in silence. "So how was it?" he asked. "It was okay. Nothing super freaky happened," I replied. "Cool," he replied. There was an awkwardness in the room. "I think I'm gonna go now. I have class." I trailed off. I didn't, but I really wanted to get out of there. "Oh no, yeah, sure, I'll talk to you some other time," he replied. I grabbed my stuff and he walked me to my car. I could see him standing in the driveway staring at me as I left. When I got home, I unpacked all my stuff and noticed I still had the list with me. I sat up on my bed and read it again. I felt my body tensed up as I realized I had forgotten something. "Turn the TV on and let it play on static throughout the night. Do not forget to do this. Turn the TV on and let it play static throughout the night. Do not forget to do this. Do not forget to do this." I stared at the words on the page until they lost meaning. Beside me, my phone buzzed, snapping me back to reality. It was a $1,000 payment. I looked at my phone and then back at the list. Maybe it wasn't an important step? As I was thinking this over, a text from Jack came in. "I'm not in town right now. I should be back next week. So you're free from running any more errands from me until then. Just send the payment. Go do something fun." I stared at the message and read it again. And again. And once more for good measure. "I'm not in town right now." I thought back to the morning and how Jack was in his house. How he gave me breakfast. "I'm not in town right now." Within minutes, a new text came in, this time from a number that I didn't recognize. "Did you forget to do something?" And it's a winky face. The text was followed by a picture of Jack, or whoever this version of Jack was, standing in front of the TV. I didn't respond. Next came another picture. This one was outside of my house. It was followed by another text. "Watch out."
That one was good.
That one was good, yeah.
That one was good.
Mm-hmm. There's so much detail that you forgot.
Yeah,
that
no,
even
that one was
even
good.
I didn't remember that she didn't forget. She forgot to turn on TV.
Yeah.
'Cause she did everything else.
Yeah. No, I love horror stories where it's like a creepy place, but it has like a set of rules, and they're like obscure as hell. Some of them
Yeah.
don't make sense, but or stuff like that. I had like a shit ton of them saved on my phone at one point, but don't have them anymore. Okay, my turn.
Quick little intermission, or
Pardon?
quick little intermission, or
Yeah,
is
I
it
can
like
do
a long
the. I mean, mine aren't that long. Okay, I'll do this one. Okay, this one is called the Red Wristband.
one?
A doctor was working at a hospital where the patients were tagged with colored bands: green, alive; red, deceased. One night, the doctor was instructed to get a few supplies from the basement of the hospital, and so he headed to the lift. The lift doors opened, and there was a patient inside, minding her own business. Patients were allowed to roam around the hospital to stretch, especially those who have stayed long. The rule was to be back in their rooms before 10. The doctor smiled at the patient before pressing the number of the basement. He found it unusual that the woman didn't have a button already pressed. He wondered if she was headed to the basement too. The lift finally reached the floor where the doors opened. In the distance, a man was limping towards the elevator, and in a panic, the doctor slammed the elevator button to close. It finally did, and the lift began to ascend back up, the doctor's heart pounding. "Why did you do that?" "He was trying to use the lift," the woman stated, annoyed. "Did you see his wrist?" the doctor asked. "It was red. He died last night." "I would know because I did the surgery." The woman lifted her wrist. He saw red. She smiled. "Like this one?" Ooh. Yeah?
That's it. Yeah,
That's it?
that's cooked. This one is called The Guy Upstairs. I moved into this small apartment about 8 months ago. It's a small one-bedroom, old but clean, and the rent was a steal, which should have been my first red flag. The landlord said the previous tenant left suddenly. I didn't ask questions. The place has this thin ceiling You can hear the person upstairs walking, but that was fine. I work nights, and whoever's up there always seemed quiet. I never actually saw them, though, not once. No footsteps on the stairs, no mail, no door slams, just movement overhead sometimes, like pacing. It started getting weird about a month ago. I was watching TV one night around 2 a.m. when I heard a sound, slow dragging across the ceiling, then a thump, then silence. I figured, okay, maybe the neighbor dropped something. But then it happened again and again. Every few nights, always around 2 a.m. It sounded almost deliberate. So I asked the landlord about the tenant upstairs. He looked confused for a second, then said, "There's no one living above you." I laughed, thought maybe he misheard me, but he just stared at me like he was debating whether to say something else. Then he said, "That unit's been empty since last year." I didn't sleep that night. A few days later, I decided to check. The door upstairs had one of those sliding deadbolts, locked tight, dust everywhere, but when I leaned close, I swear I heard movement inside. Slow, uneven footsteps. I backed away and told myself it was pipes, or maybe animals. But then I noticed something worse. The pattern of footsteps above me, it always matched mine. If I walked from the kitchen to the bathroom, I'd hear steps above me doing the same thing. I even tested it, took random paths across my apartment, and whatever was up there followed exactly. I started sleeping on the couch just to stay closer to the door. Every night I'd hear faint thumps like someone dragging furniture overhead. Once, I heard what sounded like whispering, too faint to understand, but it was definitely human. Then last week, I got home late from work. My key wouldn't turn in the lock. When I finally got the door open, all my furniture had been moved 2 inches to the left. Everything, the couch, the table, even the rug. I called the landlord again. He came over, looked around, and said nothing seemed out of place. I tried to show him, but he just gave me this tired look and said, "You should get some rest, man. You look worn out." Last night was the worst. I woke up around 3 a.m., not from a noise, but from the silence. No footsteps, no movement, just a feeling that something was off. Then I realized the sound was beneath me. Creaks, slow and careful, coming from under the floorboards. I froze, and then my phone lit up with a notification from my doorbell camera. Motion detected, front door. The thumbnail showed someone standing outside my apartment door. Only, it wasn't the hallway. It was inside. I called the police. They found nothing, no signs of forced entry. The officer looked around and said maybe it was a glitch. I nodded, but I could tell he didn't believe it either. Now it's 2:58 a.m. The dragging's back, this time coming down from the stairs. And I think whoever's been living above me is finally coming to say hello.
Nice.
It's the evil twin.
You want me to go?
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is also a short one. Okay, so the story's title is "Who's in My Bed?" Okay. A father went to say goodnight to his 7-year-old son, very well knowing that if he didn't, his son would have trouble sleeping. It was a nightly routine between them. Sorry, I had a stroke.
That's okay, it happens.
He entered the dimly lit room, and his son waited under his blanket. With the first glance, the father could tell there was something unusual about his son tonight, but couldn't put his finger on it. He looked the same, but had a grin that drew from ear to ear. "You okay, buddy?" the father asked. The son nodded, still with the grin, before saying, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." The father chuckled a bit before getting on his knees to check, only to satisfy his son. There, under the bed, pale and afraid, was his son, his real son. He whispered, "Daddy, there's someone on my bed." And that's the story.
Yeah, that's cooked. Imagine that happens to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm leaving.
He was like, "You deal with it."
No, I would just say, "Oh, yo, we need some milk for like the cereal tomorrow. I'm not coming back."
Oh, God.
No.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I have one more.
Oh, okay.
This one's called I watched a video footage of a camping trip that my friends never actually went on. Uh, it's also labeled NSFW, and it's from Reddit, No Sleep, 9 years ago, by Walpurg is Night. It was getting to be a tradition. For the past 2 years, I should probably turn the virus up a little bit. That's a lot better. It was getting to be a tradition. For the past 2 years, we've gone on a camping trip together. Me and my group of friends, Sean, Lynn, and her sister, Lily. Sisters, I'm assuming. Me and my group of friends, Sean, Lynn, and her sisters, Lily, Kay, Sal, Monica, and Gabe. Monica's family is really wealthy and they own a lot of land out in...
What?
I promise you, I'm not making this up.
Is it butt fuck nowhere?
Monica's family is really wealthy and they own a lot of land out in bumfuck Michigan. So we've wrapped up. Yep.
It's his real laugh.
No, did you read the story, dude? So we've wrapped up our past 2 summer vacations out there in their woods. We pitched a few tents in what's basically the backyard of Monica's grandmother's huge Victorian-style house and pretended we're roughing it, when in actuality we just slept out there for the 5 hours of the night that we don't spend drinking or playing video games inside. Cooking out over the bonfire and climbing trees is fun, but it's always only been a very small part of the trip. Now, none of us talked about it or admitted out loud, not even Monica, but we were all a little afraid to be out there for too long. We had no concrete reason to be, but we were. No matter how many times the Pines family assured us that the property was safe, I had never seen or heard anything out of the ordinary out there. Maybe it was just because I'd seen enough horror movies to develop a fear of the woods in general, but I don't know. Something about the air and the intimidatingly vast property just made me feel really vulnerable. I got told just days before we were supposed to leave that I wouldn't be able to take time off for the trip. One of my fellow supervisors at work had to go in for emergency surgery on his knee and my store just didn't have the coverage. I was really bummed, but my friends didn't hold it against me. We all know being an adult sucks sometimes. I told them they could still use my cooler and my tents and my camcorder and that they should video blog the trip for me. I hugged them all goodbye the morning they left and then I went off to my shift. I told Sal to call me once they got there because I knew he would be the only one who'd remember to check in. Sal never called. None of them did. I left work at 10 p.m. and tried to text and call all of them, but not one of them got back. I checked Twitter, Facebook, nothing from anybody. No updates since Gabe's hitting the road status from earlier that morning. I felt like throwing up. Something felt really wrong. Key's mother called me as soon as I started to panic, and she sounded really rattled too. He hadn't talked to her all day, and he's really good about touching base with her when he takes trips. I'd later learned the whole night my friends' parents were all trying to get in touch with each other. None of them heard from their kids since they first got on the road. Monica's mom called the landline to the house several times. Grandma Pines was out of town this year, but Monica should have answered if they were there. She didn't. John's father drove up to Pines' property the next morning with Monica's parents. He told me something felt off as soon as he stepped out of the car. When you pull up to the house, there's no fence or anything, so you can see if anything's set up in the area surrounding it. He would have been able to see if anyone had set up tents and gear as soon as he got up to the path, but there was nothing. But he said that the house's windows were open and all the lights were on. Within a half hour, they called the police. I was asked to come in, watch the videos, and answer any questions I could. I described what I watched as best as I could. Clip 1. 10:45, 9/16/2016. Gabe has a camera pointed at the rear view mirror. Gabe. How the fuck do you know when it's recording? Monica. The green button is on, dipshit. Clip 2. 1:15, 9/16/2016. So I'm assuming September 16, 2016. Gabe is filming the back of Lynn's car just ahead of them. He's sung with Sean and Monica, but I can't tell what they're saying. Even with the audio adjusted, it's raining really hard and I see flashes of lightning. Clip number 3. 8:16, September 16, 2016. A close-up of Monica. She's smoking and swinging in the rocking chair out on the back porch. She looks tipsy. She noticed she's being filmed and winks at the camera. I think Sean laughs. Clip number 4. 10:16. I'm assuming it's PM now. Or AM actually. Because September 17, 2016. I swallowed hard when I see the timestamp. It doesn't make any sense. Saturday morning. Sean's father was already calling the police by then. I want to ask the cop what's going on, but he tells me to please just keep watching quietly. Lily is flipping pancakes. She crunches up her nose at the camera and Gabe chuckles. Gabe, you don't look so good, Lil. Didn't sleep? Lily, how could I? All those fucking screams last night. Gabe, the hell? Lily, you didn't hear that shit? Lynn and I were freaked the F out. Gabe, what the fuck? We didn't hear anything. Lily, yeah, it sounded like cats in heat, but wrong. Like it wasn't natural. Gabe, we were out in the tents all night and we didn't hear shit. Lily, lucky you. We came in the house at like 4 and it was still going. I don't know when it stopped, but I guess I fell asleep at some point. Gabe, did the girls say anything? Lily, they're not up yet. I don't know. Here, can you pass me that? The clip ends. Clip number 5, 11:14, September 17, 2016. A wide shot of the backyard. I can hear glasses clinking and a couple of my friends taking drags of cigarettes. I see a figure standing far off by the edge of the woods, but whoever's filming doesn't seem to notice it. Then I hear Gabe's voice, followed by Sean's, then Key's. They're talking about the hot tub needing repairs because the bubble jets don't work. And then the figure moves and Gabe sees it. Gabe, whoa, what the fuck? Key, what? Sean, dude. Gabe, holy fuck, what the fuck? Who the fuck is? Key, Gabe. Sean, yo, what the fuck, man? Gabe, did you see? Did you fucking see? The figure's contorting the distance and I cover my mouth with my hand. It's shaped like a person, but it starts doing this odd twitching movement with its arms. They look almost like they're stretching out really long and then shrinking again. The legs are bending like flamingos. The boys behind the cameras are yelling and freaking out. The shot cuts to the figure launching itself up into the trees. Clip 6. The timestamps are turned off. It's nighttime. A shaky shot of the deck out back. The porch light is on. Lily and Key have their backs to the camera. They're crouching down, sitting on the steps, and Lily is sobbing. Key looks behind his shoulder and mouths. Turn it off. But the camera's still recording. Key pecks the top of her head and rubs her back, but she barely moves. Key, are you sure you saw? His voice is too quiet for me to hear anything he says. I'm pretty sure Gabe is the one filming again. I don't see Monica in the shot, but I hear her voice, and then Sean's. Monica says, what happened? Sean says, you didn't hear that shit? Monica says, what the F do you mean? Sean says, there's some shit in this house, man. Gabe says, guys. Monica says, I looked in every single room. There's nothing in here. Sean says, freaking the F out, man. I'm tired of this shit. Monica says, well, what the F do you want me to do, Sean? Clip 7. A shot of something or somebody caught very high in a tree. Whoever is filming is panting and coughing like it started crying, and it sounds like it could either be Gabe or Sal. The shot is focused on whatever stuck up there, and then something breaks off the tree and it falls. It makes no noise when it lands, and that's where the shot cuts. Clip 8. It's a shot of Monica's room, or what used to be her room when she was a little kid. I've only been in that room a couple of times. It's full of old childhood shit, so there's nothing really for us to see or do in there. The window is open and a little breeze ripples through the curtains. There's a crash like glass shattering from what sounds like downstairs. I nearly jump out of my seat, shielding my eyes, but the cop touches my arms. Tells me there's nothing scary in the shot. It's still just a room, pink and purple with sunshine coming through. The clip ends with another loud crash, and I swear I see a flicker of someone's face, wide-eyed and gaunt, peeking out the corner of the window, just for a second. I gasp out loud and whip around to look at the cop, and he gives me this nod to keep watching. The last clip they show me is a still blurred shot of the living room. The camera's facing the window overlooking the backyard, and I can see the lit campfire. The TV isn't in the shot, but I can hear the music to the menu screen of one of the Mario Kart games. The shot is shifting in and out of focus, and I can tell nobody's recording. The camera's just been left on. It's about a minute and a half of just this. Then suddenly the power in the house goes out with a crack and I shake in my seat. There's a strange howling noise from the outside. but it's not a coyote, not an animal. It sounds like 2 or 3 people mocking wolves, but warped. Something hits the windows with a hard thud, and I wince. There's blood spattered across it, and through the smears, I can see somebody with the oddly shaped limb standing by the fire. They don't move. They just stand there with their head bent down, fixated completely on the flames, while the howling keeps going, and I start to notice something. The howling sounds exactly the same every time, like it's a 6-second sound clip playing on a loop. And as soon as this clicks in my mind, it stops completely, and I'm so thrown off that I almost don't see the figure disappear. It doesn't leave the shot. I don't see it move. It just vanishes. The fire goes out, and the light turns on in the house again. The menu music from Mario Kart is playing again, and I can hear my friends laughing, the clink of beer bottles, the shot goes blurred and then shuts off. That's all the footage they showed me. I was asked where I was doing this, why I didn't go on this trip, why my friends had some of my belongings, especially the camera, and I told them the truth. I told them about the previous 2 years, how nothing strange had ever happened on the prize property before. In turn, I asked them what happened to my friends. They told me 7 bodies were found on the property, none of them belonging to any one of my friends. Their parents were asked to identify the bodies and remains, and none of them matched. My friends were just missing. I knew the cops weren't going to tell me, so I asked Sean's father about the 7 dead strangers. Whether the people the Pines knew, he didn't know. He just told me how he found them, 6 of them, in a clearing in the woods, laying in a circle surrounding a tree with their guts strung together, holding hands like in a prayer. The 7th body was perched up at the top of the tree, impaled to the head on the highest branch. That was it.
What the fuck?
It's some
That could have been us.
Oh yeah,
That could have been us.
could have been. Wasn't though. So.
Coulda, woulda, not shoulda. What the fuck? This one is called The Girl in the Photo Booth. There used to be this old school photo booth at the mall near my high school. The kind that printed 4 photos on a strip, slightly faded, with that grainy vintage look. My friends and I used to mess around in there, making faces, pretending it was haunted. One weekend, we noticed someone had taped a note to the side. It said, "If you use this booth after 9 p.m., don't sit in the middle seat." We laughed, of course. Then my friend Tyler dared me to try it. It was 9:42 when I fed the coins in. The machine clicked, the flash went off 4 times, and the strip came out. In the first photo, it was just me. In the second, there was someone sitting next to me, a girl, maybe 12 or 13, in an old-fashioned dress. In the third photo, she was closer. In the fourth, her face was turned towards mine. I ran out, showed the strip to Tyler. He swore he didn't edit it, didn't touch anything. We went back to check the booth.
Yo, stop. What's up?
What? What?
He's just looking at me.
I think I scared him right around.
We went back to check the booth, empty, but there was a faint smell of perfume, old and floral, like something from another decade. We told mall security, but they just sighed and said, "You kids found her again, huh?" Apparently back in the 80s, a girl disappeared in that mall. Last seen taking pictures in the same booth. They removed it for years, then brought it back when the new owners reopened the wing. I still have that photo strip. The weird thing is, the girl's position changes every time I look at it. Sometimes she's smiling, sometimes she's looking directly at me, and a few nights ago, when I was going through my photos on my phone, the booth picture showed up there too, except in this version, I'm the one sitting in the middle.
Nice. My turn.
We finished.
He doesn't do that a lot.
Oh. He's tired.
Okay. Okay, so...
Is that part of your mask?
What?
Yes.
The eyeballs?
Yeah.
No, those are my eyes.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like he has like makeup on him, like on the inside.
Yeah, that does not look. When he stares at you, don't
No, it's cooked.
It's so cooked.
It doesn't look like
I
it.
expect-
Some weird fuck ass noise comes from every 3 seconds.
No,
At
that's
some
just
point,
inside
I
the
expected
mask.
you to just be like, "Blink, motherfucker!"
Yeah, I wouldn't blink. I thought it was like the mask had.
Yo, let's cook the candy.
You do that now. Anyway, so the next story I have, I don't have it written down, but this is a story I heard from someone. I don't know if it's real or not, but allegedly it was.
No, it is.
I don't think it's real. But anyway. Okay, so there's this girl, right? And her parents, they work a lot of times like abroad, so usually she's home by herself. And this time, it was a similar occasion. And her parents, they got her like a large dog, like, you know, just to keep her company, but also be like a bodyguard, almost in a way. So one day, same story, her parents are away, she's at home by herself, it's nighttime. She's in her bed, and her dog is under her bed. And all of a sudden, she hears dripping, like almost like a faucet is open somewhere. Stop gooning, okay? Anyways, she hears like water dripping. So she goes to the house, she finds the faucet that's open, it's like the kitchen sink, she just closes it. She goes back to her bed, and when she's getting on, she like always like puts her hand under the frame of her bed so that her dog can lick her hand.
Yep.
And then, you know, she continues doing whatever.
Yep.
Then she hears the dripping again. And she's like, huh, that's weird. She goes, she looks, she finds another faucet that's just slightly on. She turns it off. She does this a couple times, like 4 or 5 times, maybe even 6, 7 times. But eventually, she hears the dripping again. And each time she like went and came back, she like would put her hand under the bed and her dog would lick it. And then finally, she hears the dripping again, right? But this time, it's coming from her closet.
Yeah.
And she gets up, she opens her closet, and it's her dog. But the dog is butchered and hanging from the railing. And there's a note that says, "Humans can lick too."
Basically, the note is saying it wasn't the dog licking her, it was a human licking her.
Yeah. Freak.
Yeah, we talked about that one like probably the other day. That one's cooked.
Yeah.
That one spooks me.
Nice.
That one really spooks me.
She really shivers your timbers.
Like my timbers have been shivered. My flabber has been gasted. All of the above.
Nice. You have another one?
So this one wasn't real though, right?
I mean, probably not.
Yeah, okay, not.
Probably not.
But it was good. I've heard of a similar version.
Yeah,
Where
I think
it's
we heard it at the same place.
where she realizes the guy licking, or her dog or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she realized it here too. I think this is the full story. You and I were just like doing the under the bed thing.
You guys are doing what?
Pause. We were talking about the one where
What did I get at? The fuck? Ain't no shit.
So this story is called The Cabin That Wasn't on the Map. 3 years ago, I spent a week hiking solo in northern Ontario. I'd been doing it for years, packing light, staying off marked trails, camping wherever I could find flat ground. That year... Bro,
Wow.
no, your shit is scary. This thing is fucking funny.
What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong.
You wanna go scaring guys? Let's go scaring guys.
I'd say mine is more creepy than yours. You just look like you belong in a sack. That year, I want total silence. Just me, the trees, and nothing else. On the third day, the fog rolled in, thick enough that I could barely see 5 feet ahead. I followed my GPS and tried not to panic when I realized it had frozen. The little blue dot stuck in place no matter which way I walked. I wandered for hours until I spotted something through the mist. A cabin. Breathing air? No driveway, no path, just sitting there like it had grown out of the woods. I knocked, got no answer, and tried the door. It wasn't locked. Inside, it smelt like old cedar and damp air. There was a wood stove, a small cot, and a shelf full of canned food that looked relatively new. Too new for an abandoned cabin. The weird part was the dust, or rather, the lack of it. Everything looked freshly cleaned, except the mirror on the wall. That thing was covered in handprints. I decided to stay one night. I fell asleep near the stove around 2 a.m. I woke up to what sounded like footsteps outside. Slow, deliberate, crunching through the snow, then stopping by the door. I froze. The handle turned once, quietly, then stopped. I sat there for hours, waiting for daylight. When I finally looked outside, there were no tracks, none, just untouched snow. That's when I saw it, a set of bare footprints inside the cabin, leading from the door to the mirror, and stopping right in front of it. I checked the mirror again, trying to convince myself it was just my imagination, but it wasn't. My reflection looking back at me. Same room, same angle, but empty. No me in the frame. I grabbed my bag and ran. I didn't stop until my GPS started working again. When I finally made it back to the park office, the ranger looked at me like he'd seen a ghost. He said there used to be a ranger cabin out that way until it burned down in 1998. No one rebuilt it. He asked where I'd found a shelter. When I pointed it out on the map, his face went pale. You camped inside the fire zone, he said. There's nothing standing there anymore. Could have been us.
Holy shit. I can't breathe.
Low key, his scariest thing of today was like being in that mask.
For him, though.
For him, bro. You just look so derpy. You don't understand it.
What the fuck is that noise?
Music?
The music?
No, not that.
Yeah, you're tripping, my boy.
Anyways.
I don't understand.
Okay, so I have a couple of...
Staring it doesn't blink, bro. That's just actually mad creepy.
Anyways, I have a few 2-sentence horror stories now.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so the first one I'll start with. Okay. I've been sitting at my computer for 5 hours. I saw its reflection in my laptop screen. I don't dare to move. Okay, next one.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, the 2 sentences.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, anyways. Okay. I heard the sound of knocking on glass. I thought it was coming from the window, but it was coming from the mirror.
Oh.
Yeah. It was so dark looking.
Bro.
Here, let me do it, and this is what it's supposed to look like.
Next one, please.
Okay. Okay. Sleep did not come easily for me that night, as the strange new cabin presented me with strange paintings of the damned. Sleep never came easily for me since, as I woke up the next morning to find no paintings, only windows. And the final one. Now be careful, he said as he let me into his group of survivors. Let me try that again. Now be careful, he said as he let me into his group of survivors. That line of sea salt is the only thing keeping them out. I grinned as I calmly said, rock salt, sir. It's rock salt that keeps us out.
Get it? Because they're already in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was tough.
Yeah.
That one shivered my shivers.
What about your timbers? Did they share those too?
I don't have timbers. Is it me again?
Yeah, I'm all out.
You're all out. Okay. We gotta say our favorites from each of us.
Yeah.
Well, you don't say for yours.
Right. I don't know if I remember.
My favorite from him would be the sugar daddy one.
The sugar daddy one?
The sugar daddy
Oh,
one.
that was good.
Oh, true. Oh, yeah.
The sugar daddy one. And then from you, it's tied between the red wristband and the dog one.
Nice, nice.
Red wristband.
Yeah.
What
In the
red-
hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that mask really cut off your oxygen supply. With oxygen.
Oh, God. Where's my helmet? Alright, what you?
No, that looks scarier than when you had it on, bro.
I think it's just.
It's
the way
not
it's
proportioned correctly to your head, is what it is. I think.
Even anyone's, because I think my brother put it on too, and it goes like this.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like this, but I don't think they made it properly.
No, yeah, it tilts, but then also like the shape is there, and then there's the rest of it.
It's also the way he uses it.
It's supposed to be, it goes like this. You only see, like it's supposed to be like this.
You want to scare?
What about you?
Yeah, for his definitely the sugar daddy one.
Yeah.
Just because of the like the obscure rules.
The rules.
Because if it wasn't for those rules, then it would be the last one where like the footage.
Yeah.
But because of the rules thing, that was
Yeah,
my
I think
favorite.
the rules really do make it, because it was up to the person whether or not they're safe, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then remind me of yours ones again.
Oh shit. The killer at the gas station. Footsteps above the weird stream, and then you're the focus of it. The cabin. Is there any
I
more?
think my favorite was the stream one.
The stream one, yeah.
The stream was pretty good. I like your first one where the killer and the thing, because I've heard like a real story.
Yeah, there is
similar
real
to that where
stories. Yeah.
someone, it's like the hitchhike killer or something,
Yeah.
where he would kidnap people or no, offer rides but then kill people, but his first victim got away.
Because he opened the door.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he opened the
yeah.
door, and then after that,
yeah.
And the guy was watching the news.
He was watching the news, and then he was saying like, the interviewer asked him, "Why did you start taking the handles off the passenger doors?" And as the guy's watching, he says, "Because my first ever victim got smart somewhere along the way, and then jumped out, and that's when he realized, yeah, that was supposed to be me."
Nice. All
You
right.
know how crazy that
And
is?
for you, I think. Wait, what all the ones you did?
I'll remind you. So I had
Job application.
job application, Humans Lick 2, Mother's Call, Who's in My Bed. That's the one where like the child's under the bed. Mother's Call was like she's in the closet and she's like, I heard it too. The Red Wristband and the 4 short 2-sentence horror
Yeah,
stories.
from the fourth short, the last one I really liked.
Yeah.
I like the Mother's Call one too because it's like thing, and then obviously the licking one. But because I've already heard licking one, so the Mother's Call and the four, like he's like, oh, rock salt, we're already in here. What the fuck? Yeah, that was good.
That was good. All right, that was our Halloween special episode.
Yep. Let us know if you should do a part 2. I want to do a part 2.
No,
It would be
they're
next
taking
Halloween,
me.
though, right?
Nah, this Halloween.
They're taking me. POV, the cameraman.
All right, well, we'll see you guys. If it's a part 2, that means I convinced these guys for a part 2. If not, then we will see you guys with this special next freaking year.
If we all make it.
Why the fuck would we not make it?
We're buying a Ouija board for Halloween.
We're not doing that.
No,
We're not doing
I
that
thought
one.
we were
We're not doing that one.
I thought we were gonna go to
We're
the
not
woods where
doing that.
Shahir took us, and we're gonna do a Ouija board.
We're not doing that one.